play of the game from way down.
Two, silence. Rainer getting absolutely
A team wipe.
The living bomb's going.
Oh my goodness, the ring. Bomb stats, Dingo gonna find Rainer.
Oh, the life finder keeps Maev up. It was going to be a close thing.
And healing, what? Get out of, no! No!
Triple stun again. Big flanks coming out from the Blaze.
It's a death metal though.
Death metal into the double, triple kill.
I did it again. Welcome back, everybody. Give me one moment while I fix rec. There we go. At least I didn't have you minimized. That would have been awkward.
Yeah, that's very true.
So we are back on the NGS Rewind, the Sunday afternoon show, or morning if you're in the Pacific time zone, where we go back and check out some of the matches that didn't get cast earlier in the week. And we are moving on to match number 2. I'm your host, Arrow, and I am joined by Repsychic.
Hi, everyone. Don't forget, I'm also Regen. It didn't show in the intro for some reason, but I'm also Regen. And very important in Regen, if you are in Regen channel, the Discord channel, type exclamation point levels for me, enter it, and see who's the #1 poster in there. That'd be yours truly. So I think technically, legally, I own it.
Hey, Murda, I can mute him, by the way, if you want me to. Just let me know. Just
Murda, don't do that.
So we're gonna see a game between Jailbait and Rush B. Jailbait is one of the top teams in Division B this season.
Mm-hmm.
Rush B was one of the top teams in Division C of last season that promoted into Division B.
Nice, I remember them. And I remember Jailbait. They were around, I think, even before I was. I think because I joined in season 3, and I remember playing against them, and we did okay against them. Did they draw us? No, they beat us barely. But yeah, that was back when draws were a thing. Yeah, no, I remember that. I know those guys. I know A2O. They've had the same roster forever. I think Junkrat is on that team. I know those boys, and obviously I know Rush B. I got to know them very well in the Division C finals last season. I know them too.
Yeah. By the way, who won the Division C grand finals? I can't remember.
I don't remember. I think it's somewhere around here. Huh. Somewhere around here. I don't know.
Indeed. Well, let's stop talking about teams that aren't in this game and talk about the teams that are. So, Rush B and now why isn't it letting me pop this open?
Because I don't have my blanket on. That's why. Now I do.
Waiting for party members to leave the game. Would you get out of whatever you're in there, Rec?
Holy cow! I'm still in there. Whoops.
This guy.
Oopsie.
All right, you ready?
It's like 75% ready.
Right.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm good.
Okay.
Let's go.
Oh, you know what? Let's take a look at the maps real quick here. So we do have map bans. With replays, we don't necessarily have quite the same level of detail, but we do have the map bans available. So we saw for Jailbait the bans on Cursed Hollow and Sky Temple. For Rush B, Infernal Shrines, and Dragonshire. Our first map picks going over to Rush B, and it's going to be Volskaya Foundry.
Very cool. I like Volskaya.
And here we go.
A little disappointed in no Alterac ban. I don't like that map, Arrow. I don't like it.
Maybe we won't see it.
Who knows?
So what do you think of these drafts that we see so far?
All right, let's take a look. We got more dog.
Damn it, Rick. You promised to stop eating on the stream.
And then I broke my promise. So let me see. Let me look at these drafts. I like them both, honestly. But I'm leaning more towards H2Os. Just a smidgen.
You mean Jailbaits?
Jailbaits. H2O is the player. Before I go into further detail, why don't we introduce the team's arrow? Who do you want?
You know what? I'll take care of Rush B. So we've got
cool.
T-Lane on Jaina, Dominator on Hanzo, Fatlock 333 on Thrall, Greenwall 12 on Muradin, and Arcane on Deckard? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
He looks so
and
different.
For Jailbait, not for H2O, it is Kobo playing Leework, H2O will be playing Rhaegar, Smug Dolphin will be playing Greymane, Coffin on ETC, and Fregastellar on Sylvanas.
All
So
right.
let me go back. I do like the damage coming from, Jailbait. I think that they have a lot of siege potential. The thing is, I think they kind of rely on winning the objective. Like, if they win an objective, oh man. Like, they can leave Greymane and or Sylvanas out and, like, really push, you know? Like, they've got a lot of push potential between them. But I'm looking at the burst coming from, from Rush B and their CC as well. Also very, very good. So honestly, I do like both of these drafts, but
Okay.
I'm leaning slightly in favor of Jailbait.
But we gotta talk about one thing. I want you to pull up the talents.
Full of talents.
Okay, and maybe we see Muradin dying here, which we do. Okay, so at least we caught that on stream. But you pull up the talents, and you know what I see? I see some amazing color synergy from Rush B on their talents. And I think I gotta give him an advantage for that.
You know what? Okay. I like it. You know what's funny? It's hotly contested. I suppose it's generally Sapphire, but I think all of Deckard's level 1 talents are good. And I'm gonna also say that not a whole lot of talents in this game are bad per se. You know, some are just better than others. But I find the field study choice fascinating. It actually gives Deckard spell power for quite a bit. I think 16 seconds. Yep. Up to 40%, which is basically 2 people. If he roots up to 2 people, and that could flex healing. But T-Lane is not long for this world because she gets CC'd to heck by ATC and his friends. She dies, or they die, I guess. Would be the proper pronoun. But anyway, field study's pretty cool. I actually kind of been theory crafting a little bit with that talent at 1. But Bioemitter picked up for Jailbait, pretty cool.
Yeah, and they throw that down on the Rhaegar. It almost seemed like maybe the team was kind of discussing who should get it there, because they waited for just a moment. ETC was standing there, Rhaegar was standing there. Maybe having a little bit of a conversation about who should be carrying that.
I mean, they're both Horde, right? They can talk to each other whenever they feel like, so...
That's true. Greymane's kind of isolated on this team. He can't talk to anybody on the rest of the team.
Oh, I think Leework's even more isolated. He's not even from that game.
I mean, that's true, but you know what? He's just gonna die anyway.
True.
Again.
And
So...
again.
Muradin jumping in, stalling the channel on the point at least. About 2/3 of it set for Jailbait as they get started on the channel, and we've got potions all over the place.
Yeah, I love Deckard on this map. He's tremendous, and I really do think he's an underappreciated character. Like, really, I do. I've always loved him here. We actually ran him here last season, if you recall. Just once, though, because Zulkin's a butt and won't let me play him. But, yeah, we did run him once, and I really do think that he still has a place. He just has mana issues, and cooldown issues is really all it is, what it boils down to.
All right, so level 7's available for Jailbait here, just slightly ahead in the XP game, as Rush B did clear out the top lane to allow their siege camp to get some pressure, but if they don't get onto the point, then it's going to make it kind of a moot point on the Sylvanas. I'm sorry, on the camp in the top lane, but Power Slide going in onto both Muradin and Thrall, and that's going to be a quick end to their dreams about this first Punisher. But they did bait out, if you will, Jailbait out the the Biotic Emitter and the what's that called? Turret. Thank you.
Turret. You got it. Ooh, Hanzo getting his W quested on early. Simple geometry. That's actually very helpful for him. Because that is a very powerful talent. You get an additional 2 arrows when you use your scatter arrow. Very, very cool. Very, very strong.
And you know what? I am very much in favor of additional arrows.
Oh, absolutely. Wait a minute. I think I see what you did there.
Greymane jumping in onto the Muradin, having to use that Dwarf Toss to get away. But all of the wall down in mid and in top, not quite able to get the well down. And ETC's going to power slide away from that route. He doesn't want to give that spell power.
Right. I think that, you know, again, I'm going to just kind of highlight these comps. I really like the burn, I suppose, that comes out from Rush B, and you could see it there. They have Ancestral Wrath from Thrall. They have, you know, the simple geometry and Never Outmatched actually coming out instead of Sharpened Arrowheads. But from Hanzo, and you know, like I think that they have a fantastic way of burning the objective, assuming they don't get it. Now that's obviously you don't play to lose. You want to get that objective, but in the scenario where they can't, they can take it down very quickly, and that was evidenced there by being able to destroy it without losing any real structures outside of walls.
So we do see level 10s online for Jailbait, a fair bit ahead of Rush B, and with that they're able to get the turret camp invade. They're also coming in and getting the support camp, and Muradin's just watching it.
He's just watching. I love it. He was just checking it out, and then they didn't care either.
Just a voyeur over here.
I really like that. He's just there. He was just there, chilling. I'm sorry. It's really not funny, but it's... Alright, I'm good. I promise.
Siege camp's getting picked up for Rush B first, and soon for Jailbait. So let's take a look at these talents. So for Rush B, we've got the Dragon's Arrow, Ring of Frost, Sundering, Stay a While, and Listen, and Avatar.
Oh, yes, stay a while and listen. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. A big Sundering coming out from Fatlock, but no kills, no real damage there either. That's a 70-second cooldown? Wasted.
Wasted, dude.
ETC too, bro.
Oh.
We talked about wasted, but guess who else was wasted? Rhaegar. Only one cooldown used there, Dragon's Arrow. I guess
A Curse Bullet was as well.
Oh, Curse. Well, does that really count? Like 30 seconds.
It's a cooldown.
Anyway.
Don't give me that.
Yeah, right. But
with that kill, Rush B is pushing in, getting onto the top fort now, getting that. Well, maybe not quite. Close. ETC with the big mosh onto 3. Does get the Stormbolt coming in to stop it, but ultimately not before Hanzo and now Jaina go down. Entomb coming out, Fatlock trying to get away. I don't think he makes it. He doesn't, and now Muradin as well. Getting all of the items.
Oh, yeah, and I want to highlight something. It was ETC using his, not face melt, what is it called? The
Power slide?
Not the power
face
slide.
melt? Face melt's the W, yeah.
Oh, okay. Using face melt to interrupt the stay a while and listen that would have possibly disengaged that entire fight and kept Rush B alive. He interrupted it. Very cool. It's back online now, of course, but it managed to get 4. That interrupt got them 4 kills. It netted 4 kills. I am very proud of Coffin there. Good job.
All right, so 2v3 up in the top. Tanks versus now everybody. And Sundering going out onto the Leoric, but HTO coming in to rescue him. The Entomb going out, Fatlock in danger. Greenwell now getting knocked into Kobo. So 1 for nothing.
Yeah, Ancestral was used on Leoric too to keep him alive, but they're gonna keep pushing forward this Jailbait side. Are they gonna find themselves a Muradin? He does have a healing well on him, so no, I don't think so. Ring comes out. Does it hit Fragastellar? No, it does not. It doesn't connect with anybody, but a root from Deckard manages to snag ETC. Not a whole lot doing, though, as Leoric manages to get himself away. And they're going to go ahead and disengage and sit on that point that they oh so want.
And they're already at 73%, so Rush B has to make a decision here if they want to try to stall this out, knowing that they're down a talent tier. And it looks like that's what they want to do. Turret getting dropped. Overtime popped, so ETC behind him does have Mosh. The cursed bullet onto Greenwall, though. And that's going to force them to come back.
Yeah, they have to back off now. Otherwise, that's a free kill on Muradin and even worse, an objective to go along with it. So let's just take the objective. Let's cut our losses. Let's not lose our Muradin, says Rush B.
So Greymane and Leoric heading off into the other lanes to get whatever value they can from the XP, as well as just some pressure here. Getting this top fort down to about half health. But the Punisher's taking just tons of damage.
Yeah, I told you, man. The burn that comes from Rush B is real. Jaina, Thrall, and even Muradin, for that matter, with Perfect Storm, because why not? They really hurt. They put the hurt on this objective, but the objective is putting the hurt on Fatlock and T-Lane as well. So it goes both ways.
And bottom fort now going to be gone, but oh, by the way, Muradin just got blown up between Sylvanas and Greymane.
Yeah, just those two alone could destroy not only a fort, but a dwarven man as well.
And you know, right before he died, I swear that he turned to his elven friend and said, "Toss me." There are no elven friends here, but
no.
Not only that, but it wasn't even an elf that threw him; it was a human. Anyways, whatever. Greymane's a human, right? Kind of. Half the time.
Yeah, sometimes. He was, not anymore. Murder with a fat clip in chat, and Kaim mentioning that the Ancestral was beautiful. Yeah, it was. It was pretty nice. I mean, Leo was disengaged at that point, I think, but the Ancestral allowed him to come back in and, you know, managed to zone off the rest of Rush B. Very nice. So yeah, it was a good Ancestral. I would have to agree with you.
It's okay, Kime. I'm gonna make sure that he's aware.
Yikaru, my bad.
It's all good. Wreck-a-chick.
Yeah, you know what? You can call me Wrecky-chick once. I'll allow it once. And for every mispronunciation I make, I will allow one for mispronunciation of my name. So that's fine.
All right, so Rush B trying to get the soak in these other lanes. We've got Muradin top, Thrall in the bottom, pulling back as they're trying to catch up on 16s. Let's take a look at these talents. Anything in there that... oh, I see something I like. The Executioner out of the Greymane.
Oh yeah, big time for sure. I can't imagine why. I wonder why he would pick that.
I don't know.
Is there an ultimate that's really good in this comp that goes well with it? I don't know.
No, probably not. Sunder coming out along with the Deckard sleep there. Ancestral onto Smug Dolphin.
Yeah, the fort got a lot of free damage onto your man, Leoric, but ETC might be the talk of the fight here. He's going down quickly, but the bioemitter manages to hold him in place, more or less. Coffin managing to disengage. I like Coffin. I know that guy. But the talk here now is a big ring onto Greymane and ETC. Leoric not looking too hot either. Mosh Pit maybe just there to keep anyone else from dying, but the rest of Jailbait says no, we want to stay. Leoric dies as a result, and what's her name? Sylvanas is looking a little spooked herself, so Fragistellar is just going to go for some free damage onto Muradin and back off. Holy cow.
So quite the turnaround from Rush B, getting the 3 for nothing kill. All started really with that Deckard stay a while. Yeah,
and as Kime said, yeah, they probably should have just ditched Greymane there. He got caught. That is what it is. I don't really know why Jailbait stayed so long, but that's okay. They have another chance in a moment to take. Oh God, I'm sorry. This spicy Thai food is still in my mouth. They have another chance to get this point C. And they're going to go ahead and grab the turret before they do so, before they get any real engage, because the rest of the team isn't there yet. Leoric just came back up. ETC just came back up. Smug Dolphins already kind of trying to siege up so that they can move forward. And I think Rush B's ready for them. There are pots everywhere from Arcane.
All right, here we go. ETC goes in, gets stunned. He's already at half health as Thrall coming in behind, the Ancestral going out. Stay a while, but the ring, I don't think it actually hit anybody. They're just slowing them down, and Dominator jumping over walls. Can't jump over the Entomb now. And that's a 1-for-1 so far as Arcane trying to help finish off the Sylvanas. So far, 2 for 2 as overtime popped, and Greenwall trying to run around and proc that second wind.
Yeah, there was a nice wailing arrow from Sylvanas, but unfortunately, not a whole lot of capitalization on it. What's it called? Ice Block was used by Jaina to save herself from impending doom, and she had a pot on her too. I think Leoric might be going down next. T-Lane is looking fine as these pots keep rotating back into them. And now the whole team is going to go and turn on ETC. This poor cow used a mosh pit to try and keep the rest of the team from doing any damage, but unfortunately nothing doing. Luckily, though, for Rush B, a nice objective. Their first for this game.
Yeah, and level 20 is just about to come up for Jailbait, so they're not going to be too far out of contention on this.
No, not at all.
So this is going to be, easily a fort. We're going to start seeing all the damage, and Leoric will be back up as well, so no Rhaegar. But as we've mentioned a few times here, they can shred a Protector pretty quickly. So I don't think that they can guarantee a keep out of this, and Thrall and Hanzo aren't here either, so they may be feeling that too.
Yeah, I don't know. Unfortunately, this Protector is just hovering right now. It's waiting for a wave, something to come and help.
I think I was waiting for a team.
Yeah, that too, but here comes the cavalry, I suppose. Leoric trying to get some nice damage reduction onto the rest of the team. Bragastel are getting really low from just the Protector alone, I think, and even Hanzo, I guess. Holy cow. I think that there's just there's a whole lot of stalling coming from both sides here. Like, kind of stalling each other, I think.
Yeah, the Protector still has 17 seconds here. It's about half health, so level 20 is now online for Rush B as well. Both teams at their maximum capacity. So they did get most of the wall. They got the one tower.
And this King gets caught inside of an Entomb, and he goes down. Yes, but 2 rooted players from Jailbait are coming. Storm Shield, good Storm Shield to protect the rest of the team. H2O kind of low. Leoric kind of low. He goes down. But Thrall ended Muradin in exchange. Leoric has his spooky hand hidden on top of Hanzo, and the rest of the team is going to go and find him. Very, very cool. And
now only Jaina available for the defense of at least a keep, I would assume.
Das Juden H2O in chat saying a classic C point fight. Yeah. Yeah.
No doubt. All right, so Sylvanas coming up here to shut down the keep. Still a good 15 seconds before Deckard, but Deckard's not going to do much here.
No.
I don't see any reason why they don't just go core now, and it looks like they agree.
Hanzo doesn't come up for another 22 seconds. Muradin's not up for another 15. Only Jaina here in defense. She tries to blink away. Not very far, but it doesn't matter. Deckard trying to get a nice sleep. Beautiful Entomb to help prevent the 5 extra seconds of sleepy time. And that's game. Yeah, wow.
And yeah, I mean, it was kind of your standard classic C point fight that ultimately ends the game, right? They got the Protector, ultimately got some value out of it, but couldn't finish the game there, and then didn't quite get far enough away. They actually used the Protector glove on a unstoppable Leoric when he was doing his Wraith Walk.
That doesn't work. It does damage, but it doesn't work. It doesn't do what I quite want it to do. I don't know if it was intentional or not, but
if they had that available when they were trying to disengage, then I think that they probably at least survived there. So.
Oh yeah. And Leoric had a very great entomb at the end, and even the fight before that basically won them the game. The entombs, the huge spike at 20, the buried alive, fantastic coming from Kobo. So good on Jailbait to take the first set. Can they do it again? We will find out very shortly. Anything else interesting about that game, Arrow? Any talents or anything?
The only other thing I wanted to point out, and I hate to do it, but we do see that Muradin didn't quite finish his Stormbolt quest at at his baseline. So he never got quite to the point of being able to pierce the enemy. Now, normally the tank for Rush B is Fatlock, so probably running a little bit of a different setup with their team, having the sub in for that game.
Yeah, no worries there. I mean, subs are there for a reason, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he did a bad job, Muradin.
No. I was just pointing out that the teams have a different balance. So
I know. And you have me wrong. Arrow, darn.
I have you wrong. Oh
yeah.
Yeah, Discord. Sorry. There you go.
I can't see how handsome I am.
There you are. And you have such a bright face too.
Yeah, I do, because the window's open.
It's kind of interesting because the light for each of us is coming from different directions, from the outside in.
That's really fun. It's really funny you say that. And you're here. Yeah, it's like it's just dark here, and we have two lights like that. Yeah, wow. Okay, cool. I didn't even notice.
All right, so the first game going over to Jailbait, that was Volskaya. Second game is going to be Battlefield of Eternity. And this is the selection of Jailbait.
I know they like this map. I remember a freaking year ago in Season 3, they took us there. So that was when I was on the team Throwing, which was really just a group of IRL friends who didn't really know how to play the game. We just said, oh, NGS, that sounds fun. And then I joined Regen and learned how to play the game. So that was many moons ago. That's a little respecting background story for you guys while we're waiting for this next game to load.
Well, we've got the maps available here just to throw those up again. The bands available for Cursed Hollow and Sky Temple for Jailbait, Infernal Shrines, Dragonshire for Rush B. We just saw the Volskaya Foundry that was won by Jailbait, and now we're going to go to Battlefield of Eternity, selected by Jailbait. So let's go ahead and get this game loading. Hopefully. Not available while joining a game. There we go.
All right.
All right, let's get this started, shall we?
Let's. Whew. How you guys doing in chat? It's a really nice day out, Arrow. Ooh. 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 Oh, man. Oh, these are some cool comps.
Oh, I thought you were looking out the window or something because you mentioned it was a nice day and then you just started getting all orgasmic.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, it's a nice day out, but I decided to spend it watching a video game with a man that I'd met once. So, no, I was going crazy over these spectacular team comps. I like both of them again.
Well, why don't you get started with Jailbait?
Ooh, Jailbait? Sure. Okay. We have H2O playing Uther, who I know he likes. Phagosteller, playing Sylvanas Coffin on ETC again. Smug Dolphin will be playing Jiminy Raynor, and Kobo will be playing Malthael.
All right, and for Rush B, we've got Dominator on Alarak, Great Patu on the Vala, Fatlock 333 is going to be on Cassia, Arcane on Deckard once again, and Greenwall 12 on Diablo.
Very cool.
And this game, there's just not as much color synergy in their talents.
No,
so
kind of a disagreement in colors. Yeah, it was like going purple then red, then a whole bunch of colors with Diablo's talent.
Feasting on fear.
Yeah, that one. A lot of Div B players in chat today. A lot of H2O reps and Trump reps. Very cool. Very cool.
Hey, H2O is a player, buddy.
I keep saying that, and he's gonna like roll his eyes every time.
I hope so.
Jailbait players.
There you
I
go.
just know, like, he's just the main guy. Like, I know him, and I know Coffin too. So, speaking of Coffin, he gets rooted and pretty low, but he is ETC. He heals himself. He has friends healing him, namely Uther. And he gets flipped, stunned, rooted, bye-byed by Vala.
So first blood, a little bit over a minute into the game, and that's going to give Rush B the opportunity to get in on this camp. But Arcane doesn't have a lot of mana on that Deckard. Oh, and by the way, Diablo doesn't have a lot of health on Diablo.
No, and I want to actually ask anyone in chat, did anyone see that random arrow flying around from Sylvanas, I think? Someone go back and clip that. That was bizarre.
I don't see it.
It's gone now, but it was a couple of seconds ago. Alarak offlane, huh? Says Kime. And
there you go.
Yeah, I would actually put Alarak in the offlane in this scenario, personally. It's an interesting matchup against a Malthael. I think Malthael still wins it, I guess, but basically what you're seeing Alarak doing right now is what you're, I guess, supposed to do. You kind of let them come to you. Which is what Alarak likes. He likes to fight, you know. A lot of Alaraks lately, Arrow. I've been noticing.
Yeah, there's been a fair amount of chat about Alarak in the division chats as well.
Yeah.
About him being picked or banned frequently. Thanks to his ability to. Oh, look at this though.
Coming out from him.
Oh, and the flip and charge, but not quite enough. And I think Dominator's over here saying, oh, Diablo, you should have stuck with me. Oh my god, single digits on Dominator almost dies for that kill. But he didn't even get the kill, so, look at this bush gank coming out from the Jailbait onto Cassia. They do get the body block with the stun from Uther.
Barely, but it's there. Barely still counts, so, wow.
Rexar's not in this game. What?
I see what you did there. What? Hello? Arrow? Hello? You there?
No.
No, okay.
I don't respond to that.
Jailbait's gonna start moving up on the enemy MO, but Diablo says, no, I don't want that.
And we've got and Dominator coming in from below, getting a big pull into a 3-man ability that I don't remember the name of. Discord, yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's
the
why
thing that does the stuff.
Baby.
Right?
A sick heal onto Raynor. I think that saved Smug Dolphin. Legit. Because the Hungering Arrow is about to hit again, and he managed to get that holy light heal right at the right moment. Holy cow.
Every time you say Smug Dolphin, all I can think of is John Oliver with Stupid Dolphin! Like every time. Go check it out sometime, but we see him racing, and it looks like Rush B has the advantage here, and they are going to get that Immortal down first.
Yeah, they have a Vala, one of the best racers. I think it's not the best MO racer in the game. And granted, the Jailbait has Sylvanas and Jimmy, who are also very, very good, and even Malthael's like okay at it.
Yeah,
so,
neither of them took the additional damage though.
Oh, all right. I mean, listen, even then, Jimmy's still good at it, I think,
sure,
without the Exterminator. So, you know, but Immo's gonna go ahead and start pushing on the bottom lane.
So we've got Cassia v Malthael up in the top lane now, so we'll have to keep an eye on that, because she doesn't get armor against his dot damage.
No. Not against dot, just against the attack itself.
But she does presumably have... Yeah, she does. She's got the heal, Ring of the Leech.
Yep.
Giving her that heal when she attacks somebody who's blinded. And Power Slide in onto Diablo. The root coming out to provide some zone defense.
Yep. Diablo's saying, ETC, please leave, flipping him back over. And Coffin says, oh, well, all right. And they all disengage. Everyone goes home happy.
Yes, Kime, Sylvanas did take possession instead of Merc Queen.
Yes. Yes, they did.
Interesting setup here as Diablo and Alarak in the bush, but it's just the two of them versus all four of Jailbait coming in on this, as Deckard had to go back for mana.
Yeah, I mean, that's a problem with Deckard, right? I'm going to be honest. I liked him on Volskaya. Don't love him here. I think Tyrande or Ana or even Lucio, for that matter, would have been a better choice, but doesn't matter.
And we see Diablo and ETC once again, the exact same interaction we just saw, just with more red health bars, but Dominator getting low from the damage out of both Sylvanas and Smug Dolphin.
Fargus still in a weird spot right now. Wanted to come back into that fight, but couldn't. That would have been a 1v5, more or less. Nobody top lane for Rush B. This is a little strange, but actually maybe not, because Malthael backed as well, so never mind.
Yeah, I mean, Dominator came down to try to get a kill, I think, is what they were looking on.
Yeah.
Which they didn't.
No, they didn't.
All right.
Rush B going straight for attack. I kind of like that. We have a Vala. You might as well just pound it. Pound that Angel, but looks like it's... Just don't.
Yeah, and they kind of need to get in on that because level 10's coming up here for Jailbait.
Whoa.
We do see Uther by himself, but he's able to make his way out. And there are those level 10s. Malthael's not here, so this is a 5v4, but Malthael is rotating in. And they're just trying to poke, get what they can onto the Immortal. Let's take a look at the 9 stacks for Vala, but Cassia getting caught, stunned, and obliterated. Dominator now in a bit of a dangerous position, going up and trying to help Cassia.
H2O. Is this a holy cow that I'm looking at here?
Oh, it is a holy cow, isn't it?
This might be a holy cow. And this might be it right now. Yes, it is. Although he did not pop the mosh pit. Arcane had last right's hit on him, but he was at 50% health, so he lives just fine.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by that, but you know what? I think what happened is I don't think Cawthon had the mana for it.
Yeah, actually, you might be right about that one.
I see it on the screen, the replay it's showing on my tablet. It looks like he probably didn't.
Oh, darn. You hate to see it.
Yeah.
Ken, you hate to see it in chat.
Yep, Dasjun in chat. No mana on ETC, couldn't cast Mosh. Feels bad.
Yeah, it feels bad, but I've been there. It's okay. I know what it's like. Oh, APOC was used there.
Yeah, Greenwell tried to slow things down. The blue team do get the Immortal, and also they get a Diablo kill, but Vala finishing off the ETC. Arcane popping the disengage, stay a while. So at least the rest of the team is going to make it out, as Cassia also died to Raynor in that process.
I guess it was a pretty boring tale if an entire team of boys and girls decided to just fall asleep. Arcane, jeez.
And this is our hype guy?
Sorry.
We need to have a conversation. That being said, it could also be a way to describe the rapt attention that the enemy team had for the tale.
Perhaps, but they fell asleep. Conversations can happen later. Right now, the conversation is Mr. Angel Man swinging his swords, trying to get these structures down. Doesn't look like he's going to get much else. Just a quick attack onto the one, whatchamacallit, turret there. 1 fort in favor of Jailbait right now. And that's the only fort down, although the bottom fort for Jailbait is also very low.
Dominator gets rotated on, and he gets a free trip right back to his Nexus graveyard so that he can fill up on health and mana.
I believe they call it the Hall of Storms.
I mean, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, hey. Remember that time I said there was only 1 fort down? Well, make it 2, my guy.
Well,
Jailbait.
you were 50% wrong then, right?
50% wrong. Yeah, that's basically my middle name. Jailbait sees all those Rush B members top. They're going to start sieging bottom a little bit. Nope, just kidding. No, they're not. as Rush B managed to back off from the top. And Colbo getting actually really low from Fatlock. He's got to be careful if he wants to keep solo laning up here. Uh-oh.
Yeah. But that's okay. Because also, here comes the rest of the team.
You know, Jimmy dies too. I'm noticing a lot of split players just getting caught, like one at a time this game. Like, oh, that guy's caught, dead, but that guy's caught too, dead.
You know, and that's kind of funny because it takes a little bit of like map awareness to know when you can rotate and get somebody like a quick gank like that. But by the same token, it takes map awareness to not be the one getting ganked, and to have both of these teams being aware that they can gank somebody but then ultimately get ganked. It's like gankception.
Yeah, I guess. Uh-oh. Here comes another Ception. APOC coming out doesn't actually get the interrupt onto ETC. Vala does. Big damage coming out from Alaric and Vala. But it's the real talk is the dead Diablo. Big Root coming out onto 3 members of Jailbait. And they're all really low. Uther not quite healing them up very quickly. But actually Rush B backs off.
Yeah, they had to because of that 4-man wailing arrow that prevented them from actually following up on the damage that they were putting out onto Cawthon.
You're right. You're right. No, I actually missed that. Thank you for pointing that out. I didn't even notice the wailing arrow. Sometimes you just don't notice things.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on, and I'm still new to this, but wow, their wailing arrow actually probably won the fight, to be honest, because I think Rush B could have stayed if they weren't silenced.
Yep.
Most of Jailbait was low, so I'm going to actually give that one to Sylvanas. Well done.
And the Immortal secured once again for Jailbait.
Yeah, well done, Jailbait. Rush B's got to find a way to maybe prevent this from getting too much value. I really like this setup from Jailbait, but Rush B knows. They know that they're there.
That was a good call. Good scout.
It was a good scout. I liked it. I appreciated it. I'm not sure what's going on.
And they traded. It's like they weren't just there to know that they were mindful of that.
They're taking turns in this bush. Okay.
Vala sitting at 14 stacks on her Hungering Arrow. Needs 20 to get the extra bounce. And this looks like it's very likely to be a keep. And with the level 16 advantage, you know, Rush B's got to be careful here because this could actually be the end of the game if they're not.
Yeah.
ETC was looking for that mosh, but it was a second away. And too deep as Sylvanas goes down. Malthael finds the kill onto Alarak, though. And Malthael continuing to go in with very low health, baits the Cassia to follow him and ends up getting that kill from Raynor.
Let me say something about Malthael. Here's how you play it. Press A, then press Q, and you win. Wow, good job, Malthael, finding the kill onto Alarak, and then making his way out. Pretty close to death, though, but only he can stop death, because he is death. So, good job, Kobo, on Malthael. MVP of that fight, in my opinion.
And that's too bad because if Cawthon waited literally 1 second, that mosh, or if that mosh came 1 second later and it was in the right place, you know, that mosh could have ended the game.
Potentially, yeah, I think so. But you know what? They got to keep Jailbait. I can't say is too mad right now. I mean, I would imagine they've still got both of their forts. They're in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I don't think they've got any complaints at this point.
Not really.
So Rush B is all hearthing, probably to make their way down into the bot lane, make sure that the pressure doesn't come in. 14 seconds on this bruiser camp on the red side of the map. And both teams now on equal talents.
All right. I don't see anything too fancy coming from these talents, but I do see a Jimmy getting cleansed, actually, right after a stun from Diablo. D-Shield coming out to save ETC there. That might have actually been pretty good. Unfortunately, D Shield is now down for Jailbait, but you know what? You have all 5 members alive at least, so can't be too bad. Stay a while getting interrupted. Yeah. APOC comes flying out. All sorts of R's being pressed. The real talk right now is how Diablo is so forward, but Kobo in the back line. Mosh comes out. Here comes another interrupt onto Sleepy Time. And Arcane might not be too long for this world. Just kidding. Deckard Cain is the best tank in the game. Cassia dies below us. And Kobo getting a little cocky there, going 1v3 against Diablo, Deckard Cain, and Dominator on Alarak. Fascinating.
Immortal stun.
Immortal stun. Love it. Oh, gosh. I lost words. Oh!
And that's the stay a while that they needed. Uther going down. They're calling for the pings onto that smug dolphin. And it looks like with the Diablo flip, they're going to make it. Sylvanas getting out with about a third of her health. There are catapults on the core, but they're going to be stalled out by these minions. And it looks like Vala's going to clear those up as the Deckard Diablo Alarak combo all on the Immortal now. And Sylvanas close by.
Yeah, letting the Rush B know that she's near. She wants everyone to know, hey, I see you. And looks like what's it called? Jailbait, not H2O, pinging for this camp, maybe? No, they're gonna go ahead and try and defend 2v3, I suppose. They know no Vala. Uh-oh, big root onto Malthael. He's silenced as well, getting pushed out by Diablo. He gets out. Look at this Wailing Arrow.
Another 4-man silence out of that Wailing Arrow.
Jeez, these Wailing Arrows are fantastic. ETC's looking. He did not use the Mosh because he knew that APOC was up.
He didn't use it because he didn't have it.
That too. But the details. Oh, man. I'm not even sure what happened. I'm sorry, guys.
Wow. Level 20 now available for Jailbait. And with 3 members of Rush B dead, this could be a march right into the core.
Yeah, I mean, the Rush B did get the ammo, but what do they care? They've got a core to kill.
That's why I was looking at the Immortal. I'm like, why did it go top lane? There's still a keep in the bottom lane.
Yeah, no, Rush B did win that ammo fight, but it doesn't really matter.
Oh, there's the mosh pit.
Oh, there he is.
Cawthon just coming in to make sure that he pads those KDA stats.
Yeah.
All right, then. Take a look at these stats. So 19 kills to 8. And we've got... so let's take a look at these level 20s just because, you know, they existed at the end there. So no one can stop death. Allowing Malthael to come back if somehow he had managed to die. Execute, which, again, huge value.
Bulwark of Light. Okay.
Yeah. Reducing that cooldown of the D shield, making sure it's always available for the mosh pit.
And it's also extends the duration of it too by 2 seconds. So like it would last an entire mosh pit theoretically.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
So, you know, no interrupt. I think that's pretty cool. Storm Shield from ETC. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. This looks good. I like it.
And those were all talents that really allowed them to make sure that they could win the game at that moment, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, more or less. Like, they had it more or less in the bag.
One interesting stat I just want to point out here. Diablo top tanking damage at 87k. Malthael number 2 at 63k. Alarak at 56k. And, oh, by the way, then ETC shows up.
That's really funny. I mean, Alarak does have a lot of health. Malthael does. And they both have a lot of self-healing, right? With their E's. Did Alarak take the E talents? No. He went the usual Ruthless Momentum out. Okay. Yeah, and Malthael just pressing Q all game long. Presses A, presses Q, presses A, presses Q. And he did opt into basically Q build, what is more or less Q. So yeah, no, I mean, I'm not really surprised, per se. You saw him narrowly escape death, Kobo, on Malthael. So yeah, well, let me back up so my face isn't in everyone else's face. Here you go. Hi, everyone.
Well, that's the end of match number 2. So we've seen the Winston Churchill Manatees, the Real Ultimate Mosh Pit earlier. We just watched Jailbait versus Rush B. Our next game is going to be a game from C East, and that's going to be Boogan Squad versus Calculated Throw. So that's going to be... Oh, I got to give the point over to Jailbait. Hold up. I didn't do the match thing. And boom. There we go. So we're going to get started in that. We'll be back in just a few minutes as we get the game set up and let the teams know that we're about to do this replay. Don't go anywhere. We still have 3 more matches coming up, 2 of which are going to be some heroic matches. So we'll be back in just a minute.